Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Jinger Duggar and her husband, Jeremy Vuolo, recently took their 4-year-old daughter Evangeline to the emergency room after a little bit of a scare amid a family trip to Texas. "We had a little issue with one of our kids," Duggar, 30, recalled during the Wednesday, December 18 episode of the couple's eponymous podcast. "She ended up in the yard and it was a little bit of a scare. Those things happen and you have to take the curveballs as they come. Thankfully, she was okay." Duggar continued, "She just had a little episode of something, where a doctor even thought maybe she had inhaled something and aspirated a piece of food and it might have been lodged in there. By the time she got a steroid and all, she was breathing well again. I heard her cough at 10:30 at night," Vuolo, 37, added. "It's almost like a croup cough. I run into her room, and she is, kind of, hunched over and struggling to breathe, and the cough was, difficult to come in and breathe out. So, I grab her and run out to the car." In addition to Evangeline, Duggar and Vuolo share 6-year-old daughter Felicity and are currently expecting baby No. 3. The family resides in Los Angeles. "That was just a really scary feeling, just having her breathing not being well," the counting on Alan told Vuolo, noting that Evangeline hadn't seemed sick the entire day. "I think with that, we weren't sure if it was asthma. And if it was something like that because you had asthma as a kid." Once Duggar and Vuolo arrived at the emergency room, doctors checked Evangeline's pulse and started running tests. "She was okay. She was stable," Vuolo recalled. "She wasn't turning blue. That's the thing I was looking for too. And the thing that's scary about asthma is your breathing starts to get constricted, so it becomes less and less, and that can happen quickly. We were really thankful that she was able to do well," Duggar added. "They just gave her a steroid and said if it was croup, maybe it would help. Whatever they gave her, it helped her so much, and we still don't know exactly what it was." Vuolo further stressed that they plan to get to the bottom of it and run more tests to rule out either asthma or allergies. Life as a parent is full of unexpected twists and turns, and Jinger Duggar Vuolo recently opened up about a heart-stopping moment that every parent dreads. In a candid interview, the former Counting On star shared how her 4-year-old daughter, Evangeline Jo, had a health scare that landed her in the emergency room. The incident, which Jinger described as a little bit of a scare, was a sobering reminder of how quickly life can change. It all began on what seemed to be a typical day in the Vuolo household. Jinger and her husband, Jeremy Vuolo, had planned a quiet afternoon at home with their 2 daughters, Felicity, 6, and Evangeline, 4. The couple has often shared glimpses of their life in Los Angeles, balancing parenting with their busy schedules. But as Jinger recounted, the ordinary quickly spiraled into the extraordinary. "We were just going about our day," Jinger explained, "when Evie started acting a little off. At first, I thought maybe she was just tired or coming down with a cold, but things escalated pretty fast." Jinger noticed that Evangeline was unusually lethargic and began to complain of a sharp pain in her abdomen. Initially attributing it to a minor stomachache, Jinger and Jeremy decided to monitor her closely. But within hours, the symptoms worsened. "As a mom, you always try to stay calm," Jinger said, her voice wavering slightly as she recalled the moment. "But when she started crying uncontrollably and couldn't explain what was wrong, my heart sank. I knew we couldn't wait any longer." The couple quickly bundled Evangeline into the car and headed to the nearest emergency room. Jinger admitted that the drive was one of the longest and most anxiety-inducing moments of her life. "Jeremy kept reassuring me that she would be okay, but all I could think about was how helpless I felt. Seeing your child in pain is one of the hardest things a parent can go through." Once at the hospital, the medical staff acted swiftly. Jinger shared that the doctors conducted a series of tests, including an ultrasound, to determine the cause of Evangeline's pain. The possibility of appendicitis was a major concern, as her symptoms aligned closely with the condition. "I remember sitting in that sterile hospital room, holding her hand and praying so hard," Jinger said. "I just kept thinking, God, please let her be okay." Evangeline, despite her discomfort, showed remarkable resilience. Jinger described how her daughter clutched a small stuffed animal throughout the ordeal, a comforting reminder of home amidst the intimidating hospital environment. After several tense hours, the doctors finally delivered the diagnosis. Evangeline had a severe case of gastroenteritis, commonly known as the stomach flu. While the condition can cause intense abdominal pain and dehydration, it was a relief to learn it wasn't something more serious like appendicitis or an intestinal blockage. They told us she'd need some fluids and rest, but thankfully, it wasn't anything life-threatening, Jinger said. I think I cried tears of relief when they told us we could take her home. The doctors provided the Vuolos with clear instructions on how to care for Evangeline at home, emphasizing the importance of hydration and rest. Jinger expressed immense gratitude for the hospital staff who treated her daughter with kindness and efficiency. Now back at home, Jinger says the experience has given her a renewed sense of gratitude for her children's health. It's moments like these that make you realize how fragile life is, she reflected. You can't take a single day for granted. Evangeline has since made a full recovery, returning to her bubbly self. Jinger shared that her daughter has been busy playing with her big sister, Felicity, and enjoying their favorite activities, like baking cookies and drawing. In sharing her story, Jinger hopes to encourage other parents to trust their instincts. If something doesn't feel right, don't hesitate to seek medical help, she advised. I'm so glad we went to the ER when we did. Even though it turned out to be something manageable, it's always better to be safe than sorry. The incident has also sparked a conversation in the Vuolo household about the importance of gratitude and faith. Jeremy and I have always tried to teach our girls the value of trusting God in every situation, Jinger said. This was a real-life example of leaning on Him when things feel out of control. For Jinger, the experience was a poignant reminder of the unpredictability of parenthood. No one hands you a manual for this stuff, she said with a small laugh. You just have to take it one day at a time and do your best. The Vuolos, known for their open approach to sharing their lives, have always been candid about both the joys and challenges of raising a family. From navigating life in the public eye to embracing their own unique parenting style, Jinger and Jeremy continue to inspire their fans with their authenticity. As Evangeline bounces back from her health scare, Jinger is cherishing the simple moments more than ever. It's the little things, she said. Hearing her laugh, watching her run around the house, it's those moments that remind you how precious life really is. The Vuolos have received an outpouring of support from fans and friends alike. Many have taken to social media to share their own stories of her visits and parenting challenges, creating a sense of solidarity and understanding. Jinger expressed her gratitude for the kind messages and prayers, saying, "It's amazing to see how much love and support there is out there. It really means a lot to our family." As the Vuolos look forward to the holidays, Jinger says she's more determined than ever to savor every moment with her family. Life is unpredictable, but it's also incredibly beautiful, she said. I'm just so thankful to have my little girl happy and healthy again.